Hello everyone, welcome back to Scented Moments channel. I'm Jolima. Hope you're all well. I hope you're all safe. So a couple of videos ago I asked you if you would be interested to see this comparison that I will do, and well, I was very pleased to see a lot of positive feedback in that regard. So that's why I will do a comparison, a fragrance comparison between two very well known and popular Vetiver fragrances. So the first one is Lalique Encre Noire à l'extrême, which for me it's a masterpiece and it's so affordable. And the other one from the house of Chanel, which I just have a sample, it is Sycomore Eau de Parfum from the Les Exclusifs line. So these two fragrances are often compared between one another, and I can definitely see the resemblance. I definitely see why they are very comparable, but they still have a lot of differences. So I have here in this hand, and it is Encre Noire à l'extrême, and here I have Sycomore Eau de Parfum. So right from the opening you can definitely see the resemblance, but if I would say right from the get-go, Sycomore could easily be like a fresher or a more refined take on the original Encre Noire. So the vetiver used here in À l'Extrême and Sycomore are very similar. Of course, this is still has the character of the original Encre Noire, but has much more layers, has much more things going on. So here on Encre Noire, and actually I think I never did or I already did. Now I'm not sure if I already did a review on this one or not. I think I did, but it was long ago, like 2 years ago when I first started this channel. So here you have a lot of layers. It's very rich, very opulent. You have frankincense, you have benzoin, you have sandalwood, you have cypress. This starts off very balsamic right from with the incense right from the opening, and then starts to develop into a very inky, which maintaining the ink DNA of the original Encre Noire. It's inky, it's dark, it's foresty, and even has like a boozy impression in the opening, like a whiskey impression in the opening that quickly of course fades away, but it's very interesting. The opening of Encre Noire à l'extrême, it's very interesting. It's a niche fragrance through and through. It's very complex, and it's dark and it's different, it's very unique. So right from the opening, this is very rugged, it's raw, it's very masculine, and has a lot of layers as it starts to develop. You have the resinous nuances starts to show up, the incense starts to be much more present, and then you have the vetiver with the cypress. And in the base, when this is in the dry down stage, you get a touch of sandalwood with vetiver, a lot of vetiver. I absolutely love this because of that. It has a lot of layers, it has a lot of complexity, again very rugged, masculine. While in Sycomore, it's like this. If you will smell these two fragrances separately, then you will see a lot of similarities. You will say that this is very similar to the original Encre Noire, to à l'extrême, to the sport version, which I have also. It's not that similar. The sport version of Encre Noire is very citrusy, very fresh, very sporty. Here, the vetiver, it's very similar. Yes, when you start to compare them really side by side, you can see the vetiver, it's quite similar, but it's much more refined, it's much smoother, it's more elegant, it's softer. This is a soft take on Encre Noire. This doesn't have the balsamic nuances, it doesn't have incense, doesn't have the resinous facets of Encre Noire à l'extrême. No, this is more about aldehydes, which is after all what defines Chanel fragrances. You have aldehydes, you have violet, You have a small hint of tobacco. And you know what's funny? It's in the dry down. This kind of reminds me of Terre d'Hermès. So I think I never heard anyone saying this, but for me in the dry down, Sycomore has a small hint of Terre d'Hermès, the original. Because definitely this is caused by the sparkliness and the effervescent part of the aldehydes. So this definitely has the vetiver of Encre Noire. You can definitely see the inspiration here, but when you smell side by side with A l'Extrême, I mean, A l'Extrême has much more layers. It's much bolder, it's richer, and here it's more tamed, soft, it's more pretty. This could easily be a flanker of Encre Noire, no questions about that. It has a violet leaf in here, which also helps to soften the edges of vetiver here. So in a nutshell, in terms of smell alone, I would say this is a masterpiece. I will not say that this is a masterpiece, and I'm sorry because I know there is a lot of you who love Sycomore, but I don't see this as the quintessential vetiver or as a must-have scent even. It's good, it's definitely good, but I mean, we're talking about what, 35 euros. Now it's much more affordable at Notino, at least here in Portugal. It was some month ago, this was very expensive, it was 80 euros. Now it's again very affordable, and it's normal price. I purchased this one a couple of years ago and it cost me like 30 euros. Here from the less exclusive, we are talking about 175 euros for a 75 ml or over 300 euros for a 200 ml bottle. You can't justify the price, at least I can't justify that price tag. There are some expensive fragrances that I say, yeah, it's completely worth the price tag. This one, it's not the case. It's good, it's elegant, it's smooth. You have the aldehydes, you have the typical Chanel DNA here with vetiver, but it's already done. And quite honestly, and this is a matter of taste, of course, I much prefer more rich, complex, dark, bold fragrances like Encre Noire, A l'Extrême, and even the original Encre Noire. It's better in my opinion. I love that gothic ink DNA of Encre Noire. Here, the ink doesn't exist. It's the vetiver that they kept here, that it's very similar to Encre Noire and to Encre Noire A l'Extrême, but then it's very elegant, very soft. It's a very soft, and I would even say when this dries down it feels a bit flat, while in Encre Noire A l'Extrême you still have the balsamic nuances, you still have the benzoin in here, the sandalwood, and of course a lot of vetiver. This Encre Noire A l'Extrême is fantastic. This could easily be a Chanel exclusive, this could easily be a Dior exclusive, and I would still pay that the high price tag of those exclusive lines, because it's completely worth it. And being affordable as it is, it's a no-brainer. That's why for me this is a masterpiece. I also love the bottle presentation of Lalique Encre Noire A l'Extrême, and also Encre Noire and Encre Noire Sport. I love the color of the liquid in this one. I really do like the presentation. Here I also like the presentation of Chanel exclusive that looks like this, but whilst it's a good fragrance, no doubt about that, but you can't justify the price tag. It's nothing new, and it definitely reminds you of Encre Noire and Encre Noire A l'Extrême, but not as good as these two. At least in my opinion, of course. Yeah, man, yeah. This is already, these two fragrances are in the dry down because I sprayed these two a while ago, but this one is still so interesting. It's still dark, it's still bold, it's masculine, rugged, but so interesting, so mysterious. It's so good, so good. I love this one. It's a masterpiece again. But well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this comparison video. Tell me in the comments down below what are your thoughts on these two fragrances and also the Encre Noire line overall. Don't get me wrong, this is good, but not that good. I prefer other fragrances from the less exclusive, like Cuir de Russie, Coromandel, Boy from Chanel is also really good, Bois des Îles. So these four fragrances that I just mentioned are much better than Sycomore, at least in my opinion, of course. Guys, hope you enjoyed this video once again, and see you in the next one. Ciao.